Heavenly Father, we ask that you watch over us tonight as we make decisions that impact not only our community, but also our city employees. We ask that you help us work together for the betterment of our community as a whole and the residents, as well as our police department. We ask all this in your name. Amen.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, justice for all.
Everybody seated, please. Roll call, please. Here.
Vice President David Faulkner.
Present.
Board Member Stephanie Faulkner. Here. Board Member Kenneth Dulene.
Here.
Board Member Harold Shaw.
Here.
Board Member Patricia Mann.
Here.
Board Member James Bogardus. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Item 4, citizen participation. We have no. On item 5, approval of meeting minutes. Approval of the meeting minutes from the public hearing meeting of June 21st, 2022.
I have a question on this. Technically, we had a public hearing and a regular meeting, right?
Yes, we did.
So there should be 2 approval of both.
Regular meeting minutes.
5, 6, no.
We had a regular meeting and we had public hearing.
Okay.
For both the public hearing as well as the regular meeting minutes as printed and provided to us.
Second.
Have a motion from Board Member Faulkner, seconded by Board Member Mann. All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed? Meeting minutes pass. Item 6, we will come back to when Monique gets in here. Seven, discussion of possible action items. A, discussion of possible action on bylaws. From what I understand from Board Member Faulkner, who's done some investigation work, that our bylaws are established by the state of Texas.
There's a government code by the state.
Yes, by the
Right.
government.
I think Chief is going to speak.
Right, yeah.
Local government code title
Yeah,
11.
local government code, Title 11, public safety.
It establishes the crime control and prevention. So as it stands, if there's a state law, we can't supersede it with bylaws because state law, we're regulated by state law.
Okay.
Monique was going to speak on this. Let me see if it goes to the next one. Oh, wait, just wait. I don't know. Yeah. So if you look at this, and I know you can speak to this, our board was established by the voters per ballot, and it has to follow local government code. So it outlines every single thing, every action we take, how our budget is established, how we spend the money, how, it's already there. So, I mean, but Monique would be the expert on this.
Basically, we can't
Go above the
above
state
and
law.
beyond what the state has set forward
No.
for our board. So basically, our bylaws are written by the state of Texas.
Yep. We're just wanting some guidance.
Okay, so you guys, based on the local government code, the reason this was brought up to begin with was to tackle attendance issues or any issues within the committee. Now, you don't have to establish bylaws because like you said, under the local government code, we fall under the state. But in order to tackle any issues that might arise with your committee members, establishment needs to be made. So what Teresa has done is of bylaws, or she created one based on other cities' bylaws for crime prevention. If you guys approve for those bylaws, then you guys can vote for that to have it, or stay what we're doing now.
We didn't get a copy.
Oh, in the books. Oh,
It's your.
there it is.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, we got this.
So basically, that's where they came off, like, building the economic and development bylaws. Those are just internal committee bylaws, not through the state.
Now, you guys can take the time. You don't have to make a decision now. You guys can read through, establish, and then we can come back at a later time and you guys can either deny or that way you guys have time to read it.
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll
Table it.
table this for now.
Not only that, our new member needs to get his, he hasn't seen all this, so it wouldn't be fair to put something in place if he's not here to vote on it.
So, guess motion.
I move that we
I was gonna ask.
table, go ahead.
So this is bylaw. You're pertaining to outside the board. Correct? Thank you. That's all I want to clarify.
I move that we table this discussion until our next scheduled meeting so that all of our members can be privy to this information.
Second?
Board Member Faulkner, seconded by Vice President Faulkner, to table this item until all members have had a chance to review this and be able to provide input on it. Call roll, please.
Vice President,
Yes.
Board Member Tulane,
Yes.
Board Member Shaw,
Yes.
Board Member Mann.
Yes. I know Ms. Faulkner has a plan to discuss with you guys, but I kind of want to go over a couple of things in reference to some of the concerns that I've been hearing from citizens in reference to how we utilize our funds. Also in reference to a plan that we should be creating, I want to just clarify what the law says. I'm going to go into how all that we've purchased falls into the guidelines of what's on the government code. So the local government code in reference to crime prevention. 363.061 is crime control plan and budget plan. Under that code, it specifically says under subsection A, the temporary board of a proposed district shall formulate and approve a 2-year crime control plan and a 2-year budget plan. The crime control plan must also includes an annual budget. Now, this, to clear things up, it specifically says temporary board of a proposed district. This is not a temporary board, and this is not a proposed district. That was done when we were establishing the crime control prevention district. So this does not apply. What we have now is an annual budget, which we do follow, and it also ties into how we follow it. It discusses why we have it the times that we have it. It gets approved, which is through council. We're already in compliance. The other things I want to discuss is subsection, or that's been brought up, that I want to clarify is 363-151, which is under powers and duties, district responsibilities, limitation, and expenditures. Under this particular law, all the costs of a crime control and crime prevention program, including the administration, expansion, enhancements, and capital expenditures. Subsection B says, now there's 4 words in the law. If you guys don't know, I'm going to teach y'all, and it's also for the citizens to know. There's 4 words in the law that we have to pay attention to. You pay attention to the word and, or, and may. When it says may, is not a direct order that we must or we shall. There's 2 different verbiages here. That means we can include the ones listed. There's been concerns about patrol vehicles being bought through crime prevention. It is covered under what you would call deterring. That said, it's not on this list. However, we don't come up here and I don't create this fancy fall under a particular program. We just say, hey, this is what I need. This is what it fall under. This is what it would do. And then we go out there and do it. If that's something we need to change for the future, that's fine. But it does the same. It falls into crime deterrence. The when to be here. So that's covered under the very top subsection A, where it says administration and personnel to run this board. We also have taser purchases, batteries for enhancement. There's de-escalation programs to this day for law enforcement that needs to be one of them. Anything that allows us not to use a deadly use of force is a deterrent. Now, there are other things that we've purchased, like street signs. Under subsection B, there's analysis units, which basically means it provides strategic, administrative, and operational intelligence analysis of data related to crime. Street signs do that. It's monitoring a crime, which is speeding. It helps me gather data so that I can utilize my resources and my officers in an appropriate way. Number 7, it says enhanced radio dispatch center. Symphony College through a enhancement to our radio dispatch center that has been purchased through the city. Computerized criminal history system. You guys have brought the law enforcement. Guys, it's an enhancement to our criminal history system because we print out tickets that have private information that is not privy to other people or civilians. Number 10, drug and chemical disposal. I have recently requested a barrel or a drum, a system in place to help destroy drugs and chemicals that we're currently keeping in the evidence room. Now, if you go down to subsection D, it goes into community-related crime prevention strategies. Number 1 under subsection D is positive peer group interaction program. Park and the pool, National Night Out, which crime prevention funds. We've done cookies with Santas with crime prevention funds, coffee with cops, which crime prevention funds, and then we've had the Blue Santa program. Way if need be. But I think it's important that we address words and word use in the law. It's particularly to make this 2-year plan that's already been done in order to create this. We just need to continue the plans that we're doing now for our yearly budget, which we are in line with. Is there any questions on this?
Because in researching other cities, a lot of our decisions come from what the city budget is not able to fund for you guys because their budget is based on tax revenue, property tax revenue. We have some, like you said, we have some longstanding things that occur every single year without, yeah. And so I think being, and you can speak to this, the way the budget year starts, department head creates their wish list. And then they go through with council and weed it out. And so anything that fits under these categories can then be bumped to us to be discussed and the possibility. So we,
I can always do
Yeah, that's the main thing that, needs to be understood. We are not the sole crime prevention and everything like that. We are an auxiliary to what the city provides. So, a lot of people are, I've had people ask me, well, why is the city paying for this if we have a crime control board? Well, the crime control board, like I explained, is an auxiliary to the city.
and it has guidelines and
And-
specifics.
Yes, and we have set down by the state of things that we can, there are things we can buy and support and finance, and there are things that we just cannot. So, Chief, I think you did an excellent job lining this out, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm gonna let Ms. Faulkner kind of go over some ideas.
So I gave y'all this. I was just researching because we know that we have things, but we could do more. I mean, we could help with, because of the increasing worksheet. I researched some things. See something, say something is very simple. There's already printed materials that all chief has to do is request it. We can throw it in our National Night Out bags. We can throw it in our Santa, Blue Santa stuff. We
That's a
can,
good idea.
anytime we're out in the public, it can be given out or discussed. Neighborhood Watch, as you see, the cost, I broke it down to cost, the manpower, because those are impact us being a small city. Neighborhood Watch meetings. We all know how that rolls a lot of times here in our city. You need community volunteers, you need an officer who's dedicated to attending these meetings and all the community events. Are we fully staffed right now? Yeah, I didn't think so. So moving on to the next one, the virtual neighborhood watch was kind of cool because it's no cost to the agencies. All you need is a designated person. And so it's not just the regular Nextdoor app. It is a portion of the Nextdoor app for public agencies. And so they could create, much like Facebook, create a space that says Kirby Police Department on neighborhood app, and then invite the residents, and it's of no cost. So there's no cost to the residents, but you have to pay the pay officers for providing training. Bear County, I looked it up, and Javier Salazar was here for that Saturday meeting talking about crime. I looked it up, and their cellular on patrol relies on business donations. They don't fund it. It's all donations. So they purchase T-shirts for their volunteers. It's also, they've established a nonprofit organization. It's a 503c. And so you have to have somebody oversee that because the money coming in is then, yeah, it's a whole another step. For this manpower, you need community volunteers, police officers, and the police officers have to provide the academy for training. And then you have to establish leaders who are going to volunteer, and they're going to create a schedule for patrol. And they have to have meetings. And so in thinking about our community,
We have to start small.
we have to
Real
start small. We have to start small. So, I mean, the virtual neighborhood watch is something we could easily do.
That's That's actually the one that I think.
The see it, say it, see something, say something.
Say something,
The,
yes.
the thing, Mayor Pierce posted this, it's called Veteran Overwatch. I didn't get to look at the program that I want to research more that uses retired veterans as neighborhood watch. And they have a program already established. You don't have to do, I mean, they run it. They do it. They cooperate with your local law enforcement. Citizens on Patrol, again, it's, same as Cellular Patrol. It's a nonprofit organization. They provide vehicles, and the cost of the municipality itself, the city. The Police Explorers Program, I know we had that for a while, but again, it takes students, number one, and I know that Wagner already has an established program, so I don't, we could do a dance with that. If they've already got the program in place, how could we relate? But again, you have to have a police officer to oversee this program and provide support and training and weekly meetings for all the cadets. So not only that, it's a cost to the students because they have to purchase their equipment and their uniforms. The other one that seemed to me simple and nonsensical in an easy way was resident, any business here in the city, no cost. You just have to establish someone who is going all the information once it's gotten. Let's say you have a camera at your residence, you enroll it in this program, and anytime there's a crime in your area, the police can come and ask for access to your information to help solve the crime. That's another thing that's not the process, and we'd have to come up with, the police department, I say we, as a whole, would have to come up with a way to establish this program or research more. And then again, you need more storage for the information that's coming in. So,
Yeah, the safe cam, I mean,
we already do alarm registration.
yeah, we already do alarm registration, but the safe cam, I mean, if you just think of a city that has, Ring doorbells, security cameras, a lot of the businesses already have, some type of surveillance system. I mean, to me, that's something that this entire community could easily just step right into. And, if you've got a city block where you have 20 houses and 14 of those houses have Ring doorbells and something goes on out in that street, pretty good chance you're going to, between those 14 cameras, you're going to see something. Or if if it happens down the street from a business out of that neighborhood, they get caught on the cameras in the neighborhood, the Ring doorbells or the surveillance cameras, and then they come past the business and the business picks it up. I mean, it's just.
Bear County uses this currently. So, I mean, it's already there. We just need to tap into the resources and look at it. So those are just some of the options. There's several on here that we could just begin right away with the manpower and, with some conversations. Small, I don't think you should ever jump into something
No.
huge, because if we go all out and buy or dedicate a car and we do, we have a dedicated officer for training, and then nobody shows up to volunteer, what's the point of a program?
Right.
I mean, if you start small, collect data for, let's say, 60 days to see how it works or what it needs to be improved, then we can go from there. So I don't know what the next step should be. I'm just providing this information.
Again, I'm gonna say, I think we should give everybody time to review all the information. Kind of decide in your mind we've all pretty much agreed.
And I think we need to figure out a way that we can be involved.
Right.
Because it should not, as I said, number one, it should not cost the city money. It should come from us, and it should not tax the current staff.
Right. So,
I also, the booklet. Yeah, I was, I don't even remember why, but those are available. I think at one point we gave them out at National Night Out, but they're in the lobby of the police department, right there.
oh, yeah.
That's another thing. I mean, we shouldn't not give credit where we're already doing things.
Right.
We could do more with this. It's already there.
It's just a matter of getting it out and getting it into hands.
Right. I mean, it's something we could look at and
Those are probably free, right?
probably to the agency. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think we put
We
them,
did give these out
we gave
before.
them out at National Night Out. Yeah. In the bags. Included.
I think that was one of the very first things we ever
Yeah.
did when we took over National Night Out. It was, because I think the.
And see, that's a great
first and second
opportunity.
year-
That's a great opportunity if we decide on something to implement it, because
Right.
stuffing the bags with whatever information or whatever program we
Right.
decide on, Easy. See something, say something, the crime prevention guide.
So, as I was saying, again, I think this kind of formulate in your mind, like I said, again, like I think we're all on the same page as far as starting small and just kind of, read through these and analyze what you think would be the easiest for our department and for us to get involved with and to get, the most support of the community from. Because basically, pretty much every one of these is community-based. So without any community involvement, none of these programs are going to work.
Well, that's what happened with the neighborhood watch that we had. Everything went gangbusters to start it up.
Yeah.
Everybody had a block party and then that was it.
And same with citizens
Yeah.
who trained
So that's
and was
why
there.
That's again, not overthinking this, the, cellular on patrol, that's, fairly easy. The virtual neighborhood watch, see something, say something,
Yeah.
basically that's just, exactly what it says. If you see something, say something about it.
So,
report
so basically, these are already established programs. We're not reinventing the wheel.
Right.
They're already up and running, most of them in the county. So,
Like I said, everybody take a look at it and formulate your own ideas. If you have any, questions about one of the programs, bring it with you. And
this is my thought. I think we should set a goal. Maybe that we come up with something right out.
yes, definitely.
So I'm going to make a motion.
Okay.
I move that we bring this back to the next meeting in order to establish something to promote at National Night Out.
Do you want to designate certain programs you want to
No.
review or
No,
just leave that open?
leave it open.
Okay.
Second.
All right. Have a motion from Faulkner, seconded by Vice President Faulkner, to bring this item back up in our next agenda, our next regular scheduled meeting, in order to make a decision we feel is most effective moving forward, and to have this program lined out to be able to present
And promote it.
information at National Night Out. Secretary, call roll, please.
President Holton,
Yes.
Vice President Faulkner,
Yes.
Board Member Faulkner,
Yes.
Board Member Tulane,
Yes.
Board Member Shaw,
Yes.
Board Member Mann.
Yes.
Now I gotta go back.
So,
Now we're gonna go back to 6A. Presentation and discussion on crime control and prevention district financial reports from our interim treasurer, city manager, Monique Vernon.
Have anything, I just wanted to check, so are y'all meeting on the Wednesday in August as well? No,
Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Going over the financials?
No, I'm sorry, I do not have financials to go over today, but if y'all have questions on, I think Teresa gave you a copy of the last bank reconciliation.
Right.
So I did not, I'll have the financial report for you today. But you did get approved, so I'll
Okay.
get, finalized copies of that.
Thank you, Monique. Council liaison, discussion between the board and liaison from the Kirby City Council. We have no liaison present. Okay, item 9, request announcements. Request by presiding officer and board members for items to be placed on future board announcements on district events and or community interest of the board. Mr. Shaw. This is man.
Okay.
Mr. Faulkner.
I just want to thank those of us that were here during the water crisis, especially city staff, police, everybody that came out and sweat. You, young lady, were out there a lot. All of y'all were. And really appreciate it. That's all I have.
So just to review, we need to put the bylaws on the next agenda.
Yep.
The crime prevention programs on the next agenda. Can we also put National Night Out because that is coming up pretty quickly?
Yeah, not only what y'all want to do, but how you want to do it this year.
Right.
So consider that.
It really
when you
just
drive
depends
through.
again, because,
So something that we need to decide. like
and I think
said.
waiting till next month will be okay because we really need to ride out this new wave of COVID to make decisions again. That's it.
Again, kind of to echo what the Vice President Faulkner was saying, the emergency we had with the water deal. Teresa was, she was like a juggernaut out there. Mr. Shaw, he had to be forced to go home.
So did Chief
And Chief, I
and Lackey.
think most of the officers were running on like about 4 hours. Exactly. Yeah. Monique was, running around like, trying to get all the bases covered. It was really good to see all the support.
Councilmember Martin,
Council member.
he was drenched
Yeah.
in sweat.
And we had
He was working
we had
it.
other council members out there. We
Ms.
had,
Shaw.
Yeah, Mrs. Shaw was out there. Fire department people, we had public works people. It was just.
County, other
We
cities.
had other cities, we had volunteers that came in. So, it was trying time, hot, sweaty, but it got done. It was, other than a few hiccups here and there with people coming from out of the city trying to pick up free water. Yeah. Actually, I had somebody from Almus Park try to come and get 2 gallons of free water. Drove all the way from Almus Park. We had people from Shirts. We had people from Shirts. We had people from Universal City.
Woodlake,
Woodlake,
Converse,
Converse. So,
Windcrest.
but anyway, thanks to everybody for job very well done. We need to set our next meeting,
Third Tuesday, right?
third Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Got no choice. 21st birthday.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Are we gonna do 6:30 again?
Jeez. Did it ever stop you?
We don't know. We don't.
Don, are we gonna do 6:30 again?
Do we want to do 6:30?
Works for me.
Does that work for you? Okay. 6:30, August 16th.
Ask if that works for everybody. John. Ask if that works for everybody.
Oh, I forgot about them. Does that work for you, Chief?
I don't think we take a council.
What does she mean?
I mean, all we're doing is we're putting it back to Tuesday, like it normally is.
So, technically, unless y'all wanna have an item next month, consider changing the meeting time, really should be sticking with the voted upon meeting date and time.
Okay, so.
Which would be
7.
7 PM.
And if he has to leave, he has to leave.
Yeah, no problem.
And that's a Tuesday?
Third Tuesday,
Third Tuesday.
which
Okay,
is our regular,
okay,
that's our regular schedule, is
Okay.
third Tuesday. So August 16th, 7 PM, next board meeting. Other than that, I will entertain a motion.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Motion to adjourn,
Second.
second.